Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really sorry I haven't actually put out a video for a while. I've been busy. But yeah, as the title does suggest, I'm going to be talking about how to pick your husband. Again, I am no relationship expert. I don't claim to be. I'm just a woman living my life, married. So I'm just taking from my experience and from my personal little knowledge and putting it out there for you guys. So I hope you do pick up one or two things from this video. The reason why I've actually decided to do this video is because I've seen it time and time again where ladies don't actually pick their husband picks them. We women live in this fear whereby, we're not going to find somebody. It's hard to find somebody. We're not as lucky as men where for every man there's like 5 girls. We're it's a bit more scarce for us. So what I find is a lot of women tend to just grab the first guy that comes their way, or any guy that says, you know what, I actually want to marry you. They tend to accept it. So I've come up with this video so you can, just so you can have a general idea. First of all, of course, prayer. If you meet a guy, you like him, he's meeting your requirements, definitely pray. God will definitely have a way to speak to you, whether he speaks to you through somebody, through your heart, through a dream. He will definitely speak to you and give you that, just that consoling feeling that you say, okay, yes, this guy is for me. Because remember, guys, this is a forever thing. It's not something you just spontaneously do. So a couple of questions that you need to ask yourself. One being, are you able to deal with his flaws? Don't make a mistake and think you're going to find Mr. Perfect, Mr. Right. Mr. Right for you, but you're not going to find the most perfect person with no flaws. Everybody has their own flaws. So you need to ask yourself, you need to look, don't be blinded by the love, because a lot of people can do that. Go into marriage with a clear eyes, with clear vision, and know his faults from day one. If you can't actually see his faults, then no, you're not ready for marriage. No, you're not ready to go into that marriage, because you're going to go into it, oblivious to all his faults, and then you're going to get married, and then you're going to see them, and you're going to be like, oh crap. So make sure you're aware of them firsthand, of his flaws and all the things that he's, all his character flaws and stuff, and then ask yourself, really, are you okay with them? Can you live with them for the rest of your life? There are some flaws that you might be able to accept and some that you can't. So make sure they're the ones that you can accept before you go into marriage. I can't stress how important that is. Also, ask yourself, is this guy financially responsible? Yes. I'm not asking you to ask if he has finances and if he is rich. No, because he can damn right be rich, but is he financially responsible? Somebody that is rich but is not financially responsible is most likely going to go broke. Because why? He doesn't have, he has no responsibilities. Because if he's not financially responsible, yes, he could have money now, but I can guarantee you he's not going to have money tomorrow, because he just, he's used to probably not having any responsibilities, and then all of a sudden he's going to have a household to be responsible for, he's going to have kids' school fees, he's going to have this and that, and then all the money is just going to go. So you need somebody that is financially responsible. So do definitely look at somebody and the way they spend on money, and their attitude towards money. Even if he's broke, does he have a negative or positive relationship with money? Do you know what I mean? It's very important, because finances definitely does play a big deal and a big part in a marriage. So don't get it twisted and think it doesn't. Don't ignore it. Make sure you look at it and go into the marriage knowing what you're going to be dealing with. Also, you need to ask yourself, are you happy and okay with where he's going in life? For example, my husband is a politician. So before we got married, he told me, I'm a politician, I want to go into politics, I love politics, politics is my passion and my dream. I had to then be okay with it. Why? A politician is always, I can't live in Lagos, which is the city. I have to be okay with living in the village sometimes, or living in Abuja, or living in Oyo State, because that's where he does his politics. So you need to be okay with that. Also, politicians tend to politicians tend to live in an open house, where their house is open and welcome to everybody. So it might not be that way now, but in the future, when he becomes, you know, a bigger has a bigger role to play within the political world, my house will have to be an open house. I have to be okay with that. So it's good to know these things from the beginning and then work with that. However, if you don't know where your husband's dream is, you don't know where he sees himself in 10, 15 years, and you just go forward with it, there's going to be a lot of clashes, because you're going to be like, okay, I'm not happy with this. You know, he could be a businessman and he has to travel all the time, and you can be like, look, I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up for somebody that's not always home, for an absent husband. I didn't want this. But then what can you do? You're already married, and divorce shouldn't be an option. So definitely look at that. Look at his dream. Look at his aspiration in life. Look at where he wants to go, and ask yourself, are you okay with this? Is this something you can see yourself being a part of? Another thing, and for me, the biggest deal breaker of them all is religion. What is his religious beliefs? Is he a Christian like you, or a Muslim like you? I personally do believe people should marry within the same religion as them, because, you know, I believe it's unfair on the children. You have children now, and on Friday you're taking them to the mosque, and on Sunday you're taking them to church. There's not that unity within the house, because mummy's always going to church alone, you know, daddy's always praying alone. You know, there's not that unity. And I know for me growing up, that unity was, we all came together and we did praise and worship, and we went to church on Sunday, and it was part of our family unit and what we did as a family. So to me, that's very important. Not to mention, you know, when you have kids, you're going to bring them up in the way of the Lord. And if, you know, the Muslim religion says to do it this way, and the Christian religion says to do it that way, and then, you know, your kids are going to be divided and they're going to be a bit messed up. I'm sorry, that's my personal belief. So definitely look at religion. Is it somebody that, you know, you have the same beliefs in, so you can actually have a family unit that is strong and favors the Lord. Within marriage, you need to ask yourself, do you like his family? Meet his siblings, meet his family beforehand, get to know them, see how they function, because guaranteed, when you marry, especially if you're a Yoruba person, or you're a Nigerian or an African, you tend to marry not just the person, but you marry the whole family. And if you don't like the family, or you don't seem to really get on with the family, that's going to have it's going to have an influence in your marriage, and it would be a negative one if you guys are not getting along. So, you know, look into the family. They're not the only ones that need to like you. You need to like them back as well, because they're going to help you bring up your children, because, you know, you're going to be leaving them there. Maybe, you know, when you need help with babysitting, you're going to you're going to go on family holidays and this and that. So you need to know, are you close with the family? Are they do you bond with them? It's very important. And if you don't, I wouldn't say it's a deal breaker, but it definitely is going to have a big effect on your family, but on your marriage. But it's best to just know this beforehand and know how you're possibly going to deal with it. And for example, let's just say you're marrying a mummy's boy. You know, you need to look at that as well and understand. So get to know these things and understand them properly, and know whether you're okay with them. Some people are not okay with marrying. In fact, you should not be okay with marrying a mother's boy, because guess what? Mummy comes calling, he goes running. You need to be careful of that. So look into these things and know if you're okay with them. Don't just rush into it because he's tall, dark and handsome. No, consider other things as well. Finally, this is also a very big aspect. You need to ask yourself, are you guys sexually compatible? Yes. For example, he might like sex in the morning, you like sex at night. You're gonna clash, because I know you're gonna be, you know, you're gonna want to be doing it at night. He's gonna want to be doing it in the morning, and so you're probably gonna be doing it in the morning, and then you're never really satisfied. Maybe you're very active, he's not very active, or he's very active and you're not very active. You know, you have to then ask yourself questions like, you know, if you're not then going to be compatible, that's going to bring a lot of problems into the household. If he's overly sexual and you're not, he's going to look outside, you know, and that's when cheating and stuff, you know, creeps in. So you need to be careful of that, and you need to ask yourself those questions. Are you compatible? Are you okay? Are you guys gelling? You know, a lot of people probably don't think about these things, or you might be a virgin going into marriage, and so you don't really know how to look at these things. But ask yourself certain questions, and ask him as well. Like, you know, you might be a virgin, so you might not physically know what you like, but you will be able to tell, like, okay, are you a morning person or a night person genuinely? And if you know you're a night person, and in the morning you like to sleep in and have every little inch of your sleep till that alarm goes off, you're going to know that you're most likely not going to be a morning person. So look at things that way. Also, when picking your husband, you just need to ask yourself, do you guys have bants? Is there banter? Are you guys always laughing and joking, or are you always at each other's throats? Is there a lot of bickering, or are things quite easy? You know, are things easy flowing? You know, like does he understand you? Does he get you? Do you understand him? Does he get you? Ask yourself these questions. Do not ignore them if you're not. These are big things that people just don't understand. They just don't understand how big they are until they get into the relationship. You need to understand that you know, when you're married, there's no coming out of being married, and you can't just share your problems with everybody. You have a few people that you do share it with, but you can't share it with just everybody. So a lot of these things are going to be held in and kept in, and obviously if they're kept in, one day you're just going to explode. So ask yourself these questions, and they are very important. And women, again, I'm going to say it once again, and can't stress it enough, pick your husband. Do not let him pick you, or at least pick each other, you know. To be honest with you, it's probably better to be single than it is to be married. It even says it in the Bible. Don't quote me. I mean, if I can find it, I'll put it up here. But it does say in the Bible that it is better to be single. But if you can't hold yourself, then marry. You understand? Because guess what? When you're married, there's so much drama. There's so much things. It's a lot. I'm not saying don't get married. Obviously, marriage is a beautiful thing when you get it right. So you have to make sure that you get it right. Again, I can't stress it enough. Pick your husband. Don't let your husband pick you, or at least pick each other, you know. So yeah. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It was just a short one, just to let you guys into what I believe you need to look out for when you're picking a husband. Do leave a comment down below, like this video please, thumbs it up, and tell your friends to tell their friends to watch this video. Send the link out to everybody. Please let me know what you think about this video, if there's anything you think I've left out, etc. And I will definitely see you in my next video. So thanks for watching. Bye.